Oh wait, you got here late too, right? Yeah.
All right, you're on.
Oh, we started? Oh, okay. Ah, that was loud. Okay, let's scoot over that way a little bit because, yeah.
People on Periscope demand quality.
Yeah, they do.
Did you stop?
I think, yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we just have to hit like stop.
Where's all of our hearts?
We're on.
We don't have any hearts yet.
You only
because
have one
nobody's
right in the
paying
middle.
attention.
Am I right?
Oh wait, here we go, Lossano and Friends. I'll pop this up and I will check out all of the questions. Hi everybody out there on Periscope. My name is Jen DeSalvo. This is Sheehan and Rob Hart, and we are from Lossano and Friends. Rob was our guest today on Lossano and Friends, and we have him live with us to ask him anything, and some doofuses in the background.
I was told there were no doofuses. Doofy.
Doofy.
I was told no. It was in my contract. No doofuses.
No doofuses.
No doofuses. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. We messed up on that, Ryder.
Rob, thanks for being a team player. This is a new segment, and we're just going to ask you random questions.
I'm looking forward to random questions.
It's funny because I emailed Jen, and I'm like, does Rob have a good sense of humor?
And
humorless, angry, brooding all the time.
The thing that I know about Mr. Rob Hart is that he knows something about everything. So you can ask him anything, I feel like, and he's going to know what you're talking
I'll
about.
BS an answer.
Well, this is more based off, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know, you want to start off?
I
The
am
anticipation is killing me.
I'm excited
We're
about
gonna
these.
We're going to start off with this because I think Rob knows that I'm a dork. Or not a dork, a nerd, comic nerd. Batman or Iron Man for your masked man?
Well, you see, you have two schools of thought here, Jen DeSalvo, and that is Batman, of course, is the brooding loner type, and the archetype of which has been used in far too many comic book movies as of late. So I would say I like more Iron Man because Tony Stark is more of the wry, sarcastic, devil-may-care type of personality, and I'm sick and tired of I'm sick and tired of our superheroes walking around with a dark cloud over their head all the time. So give me Iron Man.
Yeah, like Batman. He is kind of a downer, isn't he?
Yes!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they try to turn Superman try to turn Clark Kent into Bruce Wayne, that he was this brooding loner. And in the Star Trek reboot, Captain Kirk was the same way. I'm done with it. I want Tony Stark. Tony Stark is fun.
And he's hot. Well, that's not up your alley. Sorry.
I'll take your word for it.
All right.
Ruggedly handsome.
Ruggedly handsome. Philanthropist.
I'm going to
Playboy.
totally
Billionaire.
go switch topics here and ask a totally different question. Who do you think cries theirself to sleep more, Bill Buckner or Liam Durham?
I think, quite frankly, Bill Buckner probably does, just because everything I've read about him is that he's a very intense personality. Like, he was a guy who, when he was in the minor leagues, Bill Buckner, when he would make a mistake, he would hit his head on the concrete dugout to, like, punish himself to the point where he drew blood. So I think he does cry himself to sleep more often, but it has nothing to do with 1986. It's just because he's that kind of guy. But yeah, no one's dingling on Durham for 84. He's escaped scot-free for some reason.
You know, when Anne sent me those questions that she wanted to ask, I had no idea who either of those people were. So thank you for letting me know that they are baseball players.
Both ex-Cubs.
Yes. Oh,
He was
Cubs, that's why.
He was wearing his Cubs batting glove, Bill Buckner was, in Game 6 of the '86 World Series. And some people thought that was the reason why he made that mistake, why he let that slow roller go through his legs.
Oh, okay, he let a slow roller go through his legs. Thank you. See, he knows something about everything.
Well, there's a
That's
great...
what you told me.
There's a great book about the '86 World Series and the '86 Mets called The Bad Guys Won, which, if you like baseball or the Mets, or just a good story, you should check that out, because it's really good.
All right.
What's her name?
I was waiting to see if anybody was going to ask a question.
Are we getting any hearts? I don't see any hearts popping up on
Look at, there's some hearts. Those are for me.
We're liking our own Periscope.
Well, if you can't like your own stuff, then what's the point of doing this?
What's your favorite karaoke song? To sing.
I have only
yes.
sang one karaoke song in my entire life, and this was the result of Too Many Martinis, which is the
Too
reason.
Many Martini?
which is the reason why most people sing karaoke songs, and it was the Pina Colada song.
Oh, wait, we're allowed to
Yeah,
say
that gets everyone.
Yeah, you can sing on Periscope.
Yes, you can. You're allowed.
There's no FCC regulations on Periscope.
How many hearts did that
Copyright
get?
or copyright?
Here, unless Jen gives
Here,
it
I'll
back.
give it more hearts. Hearts!
I don't see them though.
They're in the.
Oh, there we go.
corner.
Okay.
What the hey?
Let's see. Oh, what is your idea of the perfect Valentine's Day?
My idea of the perfect Valentine's Day, I can tell you it doesn't involve the motion picture Valentine's Day with Ashton Kutcher, because that was a very bad movie.
I've never
It
seen
was.
It was awful. But a night out, going out to dinner, maybe a couple of drinks before and afterwards, and just enjoying the company of your significant other, because that to me is the ideal Valentine's Day.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a question.
Yes,
You do have a daughter.
I do.
So do your Valentine's Days look a little bit different nowadays? Do you include her in on these? Or do you still make sure to have couple time?
You got to make sure to have couple time, because really, when you have a daughter, we have a 2-year-old, I have discovered that you can go, it is impossible to have a 4-hour stretch of time where you don't talk about peepees and poopies.
Oh.
So on that very basic level, I believe couple time is very important. So you can have conversations involving words in multiple syllables.
Okay.
So you can take a brief 4-hour respite from Peppa Pig.
Bubble Guppies? Do you watch Bubble Guppies?
Is that's probably next?
Okay.
I'm guessing that's next on the Harriet request
My
list.
friend's kids, I love Bubble Guppies. My friend's kids watch that.
Or Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
That's also on the
Or
rotation.
Booba.
We have Booba.
Booba.
Who is Booba?
Like, Beeba. They're like Teletubbies.
They must have some sort of thing, and I'm sure that the names of these things are developed using like child psychologists. Like how can children retain the names of these characters? Because she says Peppa Pig all the time,
Peppa Pig.
and she also loves Daniel Tiger. We have a potty training book where every page it tells you to press the button and flush the toilet. And she loves it.
Flush it. I want you to flush the potty.
That's what she does.
I
She's
want you
like,
to flush it again.
Daniel Potty. That's the book that she wants to read. It's all about how Daniel Tiger and his dad are going to Music Man Stan's music shop, and Daniel Tiger needs to learn that you can go to the bathroom anywhere because there are stores and restaurants.
Oh, I was like,
Every
anywhere.
place has a bathroom, and all you have to do is ask nicely, and they'll let you go.
Instead of your pants.
Right.
Awesome.
And then every time she goes potty or pee-pee on the potty, does she go, yay?
She's very proud of herself. We all.
I'm proud of myself too.
She's very well. I mean, you should be. Everybody. I mean, it's kind of just rediscovering the joys of life.
Yes.
It was more of an accomplishment, before I stopped drinking, but.
It's-
But I just want to throw in there right now that we are live from the Museum of Broadcast Communications
Yes.
in downtown Chicago,
in
Illinois.
the shadow of so many great broadcasters.
So we are sitting in the Radio Hall of Fame. We have people like Dick Biondi and Larry Lujak up on the walls, and Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig. Don McNeil never heard of Peppa Pig, and it's his loss.
I think we're going to move on to another question. Anne.
All right. Have you ever been in handcuffs?
No, I have not. There was a moment at the Loop a couple of years ago where everybody was talking about their arrest stories, and I was the only person on the staff to not have been arrested.
Wow.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Now that's an accomplishment.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
It's probably the reason why I was let go.
You have not been arrested. Why don't we change that?
I
Let's
noticed
bring it
there
back.
is a distinct lack of criminal record in your file here. We need to find somebody else who did hard time.
So, okay. I'm happy that your mind went straight to like actual legal stuff with handcuffs.
Right.
Yes, no, and
I went somewhere else.
it was steel or fuzzy. I have never been in cuffs. I've never even been asked to participate in a magic trick. I mean, maybe it says more. That says more about my life than anyone else.
I think we need to change that. Got to bring Rob Hart to a magic shot. Does anybody have any recommendations? Anybody?
No.
Oh,
Please
Hart.
don't saw me in half.
I got a question that says "Dad?" question mark.
Really?
Dad? Do you think he's your dad?
Did you really?
Rob, do you have children?
I do. I have one
Besides one?
who's unaware of Periscope and probably demanding Peppa Pig as we speak.
You know, I think it's them inside there or something. Maybe making fun of us. We're going to move on from that.
Doofuses.
Scary.
Hi,
Too
you
many
think Rob
doofuses.
Hart is your father? We are not talking to
This
that
is
Rob
not
Hart
the
right
Maury
now.
Colvin show.
This is not that
You
Rob
are
Hart.
not the father.
We'll not be doing a not the father dance.
Are we? Okay.
Robert is not the father.
What's your most treasured possession that's not living?
That's not living.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you the answer you should be, any husband should give. Wedding ring, my most treasured possession. And that's not like a smart-ass answer either, it really is. I mean, I would think of the most treasured things that I possess in my life, you know, the symbol of marriage is definitely at the top of the list. Outside of that, in the terms of memorabilia, I was able to walk away. Someone had cleaned out the Loop promotion closet a couple of years ago, and there was this poster. It's like the coolest poster ever. It's for some Loop event in the late 80s, and it's Jonathan Brandmeier, Steve Dahl, Gary Meyer, and Kevin Matthews sitting around a pool table.
Wow.
And I said, I'm taking this. I took it home and framed it, and that's like my coolest radio possession.
It's so crazy because half of those people all work together again.
I know.
Sometimes.
So if I'm ever employed again and have an office, maybe that will go in the office.
That'd be really
That's my dream.
Yeah.
Employed on a full-time basis, I should say.
Yeah. I don't know if you really want that though. Do you really want that?
An office or a full-time job?
Well, a full-time job that has an office that goes with it.
I would assume if you have an office with your full-time job, then there's a little extra do-re-mi involved in that too.
I guess so.
I want to make office money. That's what I want to make.
Yeah. I see. That's a good.
Fair enough.
Like you,
Well, actually-
I've negotiated my dreams down from like first man on Mars to having an office.
Oh
That's
no,
really
you know, and I think as you move along further in your career, you have to realize I have to be okay with a little bit less of what I expected.
like walking on other planets. That's
Yeah.
maybe too much of an ask at this
Well,
point.
I'm sure because we're the same age, you know, our parents told us that we could do that. Like, you're gonna walk on Mars one day, huh?
Well, I think
Parents
there's.
never told me that.
Oh, we're sorry, Ed.
God. My parents were like, just get C's and pass.
You could.
Seriously.
You know what though? We all end up in the same place.
Which brings us to my next question. What are your career aspirations and dreams?
Well, if we're speaking seriously here, I would like to be a member or possibly the host of a radio program inside the Chicago radio market. And I think I would be very good at it, and I have done a great deal of practice trying to attain that goal. But as we all know, it is all timing in this particular industry. So hopefully the timing will work out, and that opportunity will present itself, and I can make the most of it.
Do you ever see yourself hosting a show where you have two female sidekicks, maybe one with blonde hair and one with purple hair?
Well, after I was told I was no longer walking on Mars, I would say to myself, you know what? I would like to do a video content program at the Museum of Broadcast Communications with someone with purple hair and a blonde, and maybe talk about career aspirations, handcuffs, and everything in between. And Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
And Booby Boob, or whatever. What's it called again? Booba.
Booby boob.
I don't think that's a child show.
Booby boob. All right.
All right. What time is it?
That should be a show, shouldn't it?
Yes. It should, yes. Should be a show.
Well,
I think we got to a point. It's time for us to stop.
I think that wraps up our Periscopes.
Well, we go out on a high note.
Yes.
Leave him smiling.
You give us something. Do your thing, Rob Hart. Show us why you need your own TV show with two sidekick females.
Well, because everybody likes to look at two sidekick females, and really, I'm just here to talk. But it'd be really good. It'd be better than the Bozo Show.
Peppa Pig.
And Peppa Pig combined.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, hey, once again, Rob Hart, where can we hear you?
WGN AM 720 in beautiful Chicago.
And next week, what are you doing?
Next week, I am going to be hosting White Sox Weekly on WLS. I'm everywhere.
Right.
That's supposed to be known.
I can also, I think after that, I'll be, if Joe Soto is kind enough, I can host the Back of the Day show on V103. I'm that versatile.
Ooh, let's get some hearts for Rob Hart. Yay!
Hearts for Rob Hart.
Yay!
Yay.
Look at that, right there.
Oh, we're gonna hit stop broadcast.
That was.
This is Lossano and Friends.